energy today is weird. It's not spectacularly, it's not warm and fuzzy, although we are in Aries season, so I mean, I'm not really surprised as anybody else, right? Because Aries is the god of war, so of course things would be uncomfortable, right? Alright guys, so I'm Lara Jo. We're going to be doing, because the energy is so heavy, we're going to start with energy clearing today, right? So we're going to do sound stuff. It's just icky energy. So if you want to come in, you want to have just kind of a let down energetic release, today is the day. Here we go. I'm Lara Jo. So, yeah. Okay. We're going to start, like I say, with a little bit of sound clearing. So, notice where you feel any tension from the sound in your body. And instead of running from the discomfort, breathing into those areas, asking what needs to be released, and if you can let it go. Feeling after that? Anybody notice a difference, right? Breathing, like I say, into any areas of tension that you may feel when the sound comes. I brought out Gladys. Let's see, upside down. I brought out Gladys. This is our deer drum. The deer spirit reminds us to be gentle, right? Yet attentive. Keep paying attention, but be gentle with yourself and everyone else. So we'll be playing Gladys in just a little bit. I have quite a story with her. I sat in the stream holding her before I birthed her. So. All right, hello. Come on in. If you like my vibe, please like my live, right? Show me the love. Show the algorithm that I need to be out there touching lives. Yes, we all want tarot, but you need the release for tarot to be able to be effective, right? So let's do a little release. This is a womb space or sacral chakra clearing. Our sacral chakra is our creativity, right? So that's and when we talk about sex, that's sacred energy exchange or sacral energy exchange. So let's clear out our creativity and our sacral chakra. So we'll breathe in, male or female. It's a womb clearing because men have the cosmic womb too of creation. We are all here to be the best version and create our best life. Space, feeling orange or golden swirling light, opening, expanding, shedding light on the darkness that you've been holding on to. Thank you, cruise couple, for liking the live, right? Showing me some love. Thank you, guys. So our sacral, like I say, that's our sacred energy for creation. So we have to open that up. We hold all that trauma right in this midsection area. So it's getting up, shaking those hips like we condemned working, but it's also that whole twerking opens up your sacral chakra and releases trauma. So get out there and shake that ass, baby. Alice, you have to be realistic, right? Whether you're together or forever is up to you guys, but it really is like you guys have to put in the work. It's not fairy tale. It's not like every day is easy. It's you show up for your partner day in, day out, the good and the bad. So are you prepared for that type of a commitment? Are you ready for life-altering events that can change the landscape of everything you know to be true? What does it matter to you? Where I thrive. And you don't know me, and that's rude as hell. You don't know what people have to do to survive, so take your judgments and put it elsewhere, because you're rude. If you say another slick remark, you're going to be gone from this live. Don't come in here and be nasty, guys. Guys, you kind of have to be careful who you mouth off at, right? Because I've had people be super nasty, and then I've had to go in and give them a big old shot in the ass. So be careful who you mouth off to, because you don't know who's going to be coming to help you. And if you're real nasty to them, they may take it out on you. I'm not that type, yet pushed enough, I can be. People get real comfortable being real nasty, not realizing that that person that you just mouthed off to may be the very person that's going to bring you relief. And if you are a jerk to them, they may make your life hell. Hey, Tag, how are you? Energy today has been real icky, so we started with, and see, I'm an 80s kid. I'm like, if you had a problem with someone, you pulled up, you squared up, right? It stops a lot of people trash talking, because when you have to back it up with your fist, you don't feel so brave. Tag, it's been a day. I've been really angry, and I've had a lot of situations come up, and I had to block someone. And then people being in my life being nasty as fuck, and I'm like, you know what? Have the day in life you deserve, right? I was, because I'm a air sign, so I always tell people, like, may the full horror of your actions be revealed to you. Because then they're going to be in their head thinking, like, what do you know? And I'm like, what don't I know? Right? So play with a safer girl. And actually, okay, so I had this situation. This guy was being kind of weird, but I said something that scared him. And then I said to them, and I thought about it, I'm like, maybe he should be scared, because I had made the comment, like, I feel really comfortable in cemeteries and I want to be a death doula, and that got him all the way scared. But I also have come face to face with all kinds of beings, good and bad ones, like, and I know how to handle all that. But then I was like, maybe he should be scared, because the people that do me wrong end up at crossroads or in the cemetery. Like, I don't go in to do graveyard work, but I do return people to their ancestors, and that should scare them. I'm like, hey, you should have done right by me before I had to take you back and feed you to your ancestors, because they're going to turn you every way but loose. I will get my hands off of it. My last boyfriend, I did say, like, okay, so here's the story about a lovely lady. Right, so this dude did me wrong, his family did me wrong, just all kinds of icky and trailer trash. Which ironically, like, I look trailer trash, but, like, I actually have a good background and a good education and circumstances right now. And my tattooing does not define me. And they're definitely not, you know, they're professional, right? But so this dude, he was real icky to me. And I had a present that he had given to me, but I had seen him 2 days before, and I'd been like, oh shit, I forgot, I need to give this back to him. So I'd seen him 2 days before, and he tried to be like a little crybaby, because he wanted to be the girl in the relationship. He wanted to be Princessia, but I'd finally had enough. And I am a Queen of Swords, so when I pop off, like, typically, like, someone's gonna cry. So dude had popped off at me, and I fired back. I left his work. He was on the floor crying in the fetal position. And then I was like, oh shit, I still have this thing that he gave me. I'm not holding on to shit. I don't hold on to shit. When I'm done with someone, I release everything, right? I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. So I took that present, and his sister was pregnant at the time, and there was a whole bunch of stuff around his sister and his mom and everybody in the family fucking me over, right? But his sister was pregnant at the time, and I'm not saying it caused any harm on you, baby guys, but what I did say is I took offerings because they weren't feeding their ancestors, right? So I took the present that he had given me, and I left an offering for myself on his grandfather and grandmother's headstone, and I left an offering for that baby that they were pregnant, like the sister was pregnant with. But yeah, like I say, he crossed me one to me, because I'm a Libra, right? We are the bridge between life and death, and you can only cross us once. And he and his family crossed me in a big way, so I left them in the graveyard with an offering. And like I say, an offering for the baby that was coming in, because I'm like, well, they can't act right, but please watch that baby, guardians and ancestors. So maybe I'm not the girl to fucking play with, because I do go into the graveyard and help release souls and also feed the ancestors for people that forgot to feed them. So there's also like a weird coincidence like that, and I didn't know until about 2 months ago. My ex-boyfriend and my ex-husband's new wife share the same birth date. And like this all starts feeling very much like a conspiracy / honeypot situation when both of our counterparts both share the same birth date. Not the year, but the date. I may be slow, but I can spot patterns. And you should too. Alright, guys. I'm real tired. Like, okay, so I'm gonna say this too. With all these planets in Aries, and that's my conjunct sign, I'm officially gonna be entering my villain arc. Like, either move out the way or be moved, right? No more playing around. If you guys know any cardinal signs, please treat them gently right now, because we're going through it. But especially the Aries and the Libras, right? We're just... Let me know if the graveyard thing scared you guys, or if you're like turned on and you want to know more. Because every time, and that's the other part, when I went into the graveyard though, like this little dog that was kind of like a version of my dog, right? It was a little dachshund, but he had brown and black face. Like, my dog has a brown and black face. And I went to the graveyard, and this little dachshund came in. He went with me out to the site. He sat with me as I like did my prayer and my talking to the ancestors. And then he went out with me, and then he hung out, and then he left. And I was like, and every time I go into liminal spaces or spaces that are considered like crossroads or graveyards, I always end up having like an animal guide to come in or out with me. It's kind of a cool experience. The last time I went into a liminal space, I had a stray kitty. Not stray, like it lived in the complex, but I had a kitty that went, like as I was coming out of it, the kitty was there, and she greeted me, and I was like, okay, universe, okay, Hecate, I see you when you're sending me partners to be able to go into scary liminal spaces. I get sent animals, so if you guys want to know more, please come talk to me, please come work with me. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of Gladys. So, Tag, you're it. But Tag, this is Gladys. I talked about my dear drum that I initiated the wedding with. This is Gladys. I birthed her. She was my first introduction truly to sound. She is a deerskin drum. Yeah, we've done some cool things. We flew from Georgia to Arizona to initiate a wedding. And at that wedding, it was my first ever wedding that I initiated, which now I'm like, shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that because they were Freemasons, and I had no idea what Freemasons were, and I wish I had because my life turned upside down after that. But we flew to Arizona to initiate a wedding, and then the deer came up the aisle as like the family was walking up the aisle. It was 4 deer, and it was 4 people because it was a mom, a dad, and then their child together, and then her daughter. So I was like, okay, I got the sauce, right? Whatever's going on, I got the sauce. It's kind of a cool experience, but okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of Gladys. She's for releasing generational chains, right? Generational traumas. So let's see what we can release with her. And guys, I do normally do tarot. It's just today the energy's been so heavy and weird and icky that it feels like sound and release is what is needed as of this moment. I will probably get into actual reading, but right now it's just I'm trying to help myself and others release this funk that we have on us. So Gladys for generational healing, trauma breaking. So let's go. I'll just play for a little bit. Breathe. Go wherever you need to. If you go somewhere, come back and let me know. Okay? And Crocs, I'm not answering questions. Don't ask. We are doing sound release right now. So if you want a generational healing sound release, sit down, chill out, watch and listen. Okay? Feel, guys? Did you release anything? Did you notice any shifts? Did your mind wander anywhere? Okay. What did you notice the most, Dana? Did you feel something kind of like right in here, just kind of just flutter a little? Tag, did you notice anything, baby? Okay. Yeah. I had sent a picture because right before I started the live, I walked into my room and something did not feel spectacular. And I was like, it feels like we need to release with some sound, right? Yeah, so negative energy. Okay, Tag, if you would like, you can message me. Good. Okay. Good tingling or bad tingling? And guys, drink lots of water. Emotions are going to come up, but drink water. And it's also normal if you feel good sensations, okay? So that's not abnormal. That's not weird. So even if you feel releases in any regions, that's why I love doing healing and sound, right? Because you knock off trauma and it welcomes in sensations that you're like, oh, I haven't felt that in a while. So hello, how are you guys? Good. Yeah, and breathing, resting, drinking water, meditating, right? Any emotions that come up or sensations in the body is like, be curious about it. Don't hold on to them though, right? We're all meant to release, so it's releasing. So hello, I'm Lara Jo. I'm going to do just a teeny little bit more of sound. Okay, so guys, I'll give you an option, 1, 2, or 3, whichever, and it's sound, but pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and whichever number comes up like the most. If you vote, then we'll do that one. All right, just a little more sound to knock out what we got going on. Oh, apparently I released something the kitties are playing. Right? Okay. So I'm going to do, actually, this is the only sound tool I haven't done yet. We'll do the Ancient Om. All right, so this is a sound bowl. This is Ancient Om. It's help unlock your older self, right? Past lives. So let's see what we can bring through. How are we feeling? Good? Bad? Indifferent? Want to kiss me? No, just kidding. All right. Hello. All right. Let's see what we got going on. I love it. I love to bring relief. And that's also, so if you ever interested in doing sound stuff, message me. I do a lot of sound work, right? That is my favorite. That's one of my favorite ways to help people release, especially that deep-seated trauma, because think of sound as like a massage for our aura, right? If we were to have a massage on our body, it would release those deep tissue feelings and things that we're holding on to. Sound is the same. So it hits the water structure in your body and it vibrates them, it gets it excited, and it releases, right? And sometimes sound can feel uncomfortable, but it's remembering it's not hurting you, it's just allowing it to release, right? So, but definitely drink some water. Make sure you drink water, okay? Because that will, it does release. It's like a massage, again, like I said before. So making sure you're drinking water. Yeah. All right. So, hello. If you're coming in, you want messages, like the live, comment, share. Show me some energy. Show me the money, right? Show me the energy. So we have 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, the Empress, and 2 of Cups. Okay. This is doing the work, right? 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. This is like, okay, we're being moved away to safety. We were in situations that maybe made us feel not so great. But 6 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, the Empress, and 2 Cups is like you're finally stepping into that power. I don't know if you guys have been out in the collective land. It's like, no, we're finally stepping up. We're finally singing our song, which that's how I go by Siren, song Lover. We're finally singing our song. We're stepping into our truth. We're finally telling people no. We're having good boundaries. We're being kind to ourselves. We're having boundaries around our own peace, right? That's a huge thing. Please make sure you are protecting your peace at all costs, because people pleasing is slowly killing you, right? When you people please, when you're just like, I'm going to swallow that. I mean, obviously, if it's a safety issue, different story, right? We have to get to safety and then we can stop people pleasing. But you have to start realizing when you say no to yourself but yes to others, your inner self feels betrayed. So start making sure that you are good, right, before you make sure anyone else is good. Okay? And yes, people can say all kinds of things with their mouth, but unless they're actually showing up, or unless they're actually doing their part of things, we can't keep over giving ourselves. And that's really what we all have been doing, is over giving our time, our patience, our energy, our love, our money. And we have King of Swords coming out reverse, right? So we had felt like we were not the boss of our own life, because King of Swords is very, when we do it like this, it's like selfish, right? In reverse, it's typically selfish. So we've been feeling like our needs aren't being met, right? So recognizing, okay, you have to finally start saying no to people. No is a whole sentence. You do not have to explain anything to anyone, I promise, right? No is a whole sentence. Stop letting people push those boundaries, because if it's a no for you, you need to be the one to enforce that. So King of Swords in reverse, it's taking your power back. Hello. Unique, we're doing collective energy reads, so I'm not answering personals. If you want to ask a question, it's $20. I have 5 spots for questions. Other than that, hello, we're doing collective energy reads. I'm Lara Joe. If you hang out long enough, we may do some more energy clears, because I was doing the energy's heavy today, so we're doing energy clears. I did a whole bunch of that, right? Because icky, we don't like heavy energy. It's time to let that shit go, right? And crying, being done, that's all normal. Think of when it rains, right? Even when the clouds have too heavy an emotion, they drop. That's rain, right? So that's normal. Go with the cycles, go with the flows. When it's time for the burdens to drop, let them go, just like Mother Nature does. You can't keep holding on to, and I'm going to say it just like this, you can't keep holding on to other people's fuck shit. Like, it's that feeling of you're holding on to guilt and shame and shit for other people that have no right asking you to do that. Let me know if that resonates, guys. And if it resonates, book a one-on-one with me, or book, ask your question, book a live. If you're needing messages and this is resonating, please, yes, let's talk about it. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and Page of Pentacles. Yeah. And so with this energetics too, 3 of Pentacles is that imbalance. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. And Page of Pentacles is feeling very childlike but disempowered around money. Like we've only been, it's kind of like, remember when you were a kid and you would ask, and I know this is kind of showing my age, maybe not, but when you would ask your parents for like a quarter, and you're like, oh, let me have a quarter so I can get that gumball, right? Or that thing from the candy machine. But this is that feeling of, it's never enough, A, but B, changing your mindset and being like, okay, having financial success, and that's as well with Page of Pentacles, it's almost that feeling of like, oh, we don't want to ask for too much. No, having financial success is divine, right? Because then you can take care of your mission, you can take care of the people you love. So it's also with Hanged Man and Knight of Pentacles, right? Changing your perspective, your relationship to money, right? We have to change our relationship to money. We have to say money is not evil. Greed, different story, right? Hoarding, different story. But recognizing, okay, how do we change our perspective around money and step into that embodiment of being stable? Because Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck, yet it's the most stable, right? Because it's slow, it's methodical. Anybody know? And I think it's ironic because I had so much fire. I did 6 readings in the car earlier while I was doing laundry, and they were all fire sign readings. It was all just fire sign. I'm like, okay, so now we got the earth signs coming out, right? Which makes sense because one of my people that just walked in is a Cappy. So it's changing our relationship to money, though, right? And realizing, okay, if I want to do these really big, cool fucking things, I have to have the financial capacity. So how do we get there? It's building. And it's not the quick fix, right? Like, think of fire signs. Fire signs is like, oh, I got $1. It's spent. Knight of Pentacles is very much, thank you for the heart me, baby. Knight of Pentacles is very much like, I have this dollar and I'm going to make it go far, right? So changing our perspective, changing our relationship to money. Because again, before it was like robbing Peter to pay Paul. And then now we're going to be changing that perspective and realizing like, no, we are the sauce. We make the money, right? It's our own hard work. So dream big and then dream bigger than that, right? Anybody else out there? Okay, so I'm one of those, I don't really have big goals because I always achieve them. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like I don't have any unchecked items on the bucket list because we always do them. So make sure that you are creating your own bucket list, right? And realizing this is your life. You get to create it. Arnold, you missed all the sound stuff. And I think you're right about that entity, but I think it may have come up off of the guy that I was dealing with earlier, which actually kind of confuses me. I angered a bull, a Taurus, and then I put on all red, and I was like, what is my deal? I'm just waving the red flag, right? I feel really butthurt, because, like, I felt a good connection with him, but then I said something that scared him, but now I'm like, no, he should be scared. But then, I don't know. Shit just got weird, and I was like, I'm out. I said, good luck in your endeavors. Okay, guys, please know I am a Libra. If you ever hear a Libra tell you good luck, please know that the universe is about to turn you every which way but loose. Like, think of right before the Super Bowl when Cardi B said to Stefan, like, good luck. I knew. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that dude's hosed. You don't mess. Potentially. But, yeah. Be very careful. Well, okay, so this long... Oh, my gosh. Arnold, if I actually... This land is so freaking haunted. It's so... and the house is bitten me, but it's also bitten people that have ill intent towards me. Like, when I've been disrespectful, Gloria's bitten me, but she's also bitten bad contractors and bad men. Like, I make it a joke that if you can last the night in Sergeant, like... It's probably gotta be like 5 nights at Freddy. You gotta last like 5 nights in Sergeant. Cause one dude, it was my first ever adult sleepover, right? I had never been able to have people sleep in my house before. And first ever, and my water line broke. And that was on a full moon. It was weird as hell. And then the next time I had a guy spend the night, the guy woke up, well, first off, I caught him in a lie, which is gorgeous. I love when my ancestors peep game on shit. And he woke up in the middle of the night coughing up blood. And I'm like, ooh, Gloria is a biter, right? Just like your mommy, just like me. I'm a biter. Don't fuck me over, I'll bite you too, right? Yeah. Well, and Arnold, the other part is that energy was after I'd been sitting outside. I have other stories, like when I'm trying to connect with people, and I had a tree fall on my house the day after Christmas when I was trying to connect with a dude. I was like, I don't know if, like, I'm like, I wish shit would stop getting thrown at me in my house because it's very annoying. I love rain, but I'm so scared for it to rain because my roof is messed up after that tree, but I'm about to be moved out. And it's not my problem, so I'm just like, please let it last. Yeah. And that's, ATL is a huge energy portal too, and it's definitely driven off of misery. This land is so freaking, oh my gosh. Well, okay, guys, before I moved to Georgia, my spiritual door was pretty closed, right? It came slamming up. We moved here in January of 21, and in June of 21, my spiritual door went from, like, closed, almost, like, nailed shut, right? There's a little bit of spiritual coming through, to wide the fuck open. It was terrifying. But it was also, like, I am that kind of person. I learn on the fly. I'm a cardinal sign. Like, we literally are just, put me in, coach. Even if I don't even know how to swing a bat, I'm like, okay. So, yes, definitely an energy portal. Where does he live in Georgia, baby? If you don't mind. If you do, that's cool, too. Is he single? Is he married? Does he have kids? I'd have to look up, see how close that is. Oh, gosh. And, all right, if you guys ever find love through my community, please know I'm an ordained minister. Or if you just, okay, fair. Cool. I'm always, like, looking. But I don't mess with married men. Or anybody with girlfriends, wives, even attachments. I had this one dude, he said he was single. I was like, yeah, no, something feels off, and I'm not going to fuck with you. I'm going to leave you right where you're at, right? Fair. All right. Let's see. We'll go back into... Yeah. Well, and I was also... Arnold, remember I was talking about how yesterday coming from Phoenix... Oh, maybe you guys didn't hear that. Maybe you did. Coming from Phoenix, like, there is something around Scottsdale, which is where I was born and raised, with government testing and the GATE program and the Monroe Institute. So... And that's also, I find the ones that were gate kids that we didn't know we were gate kids now love tarot cards. Well, because they look like the stupid telepathy cards that we had to, guess, right? Anybody remember the pink tab or the pink drink? We're getting really sick. Thank you, baby. Thank you. All right. Two of Swords is coming up inside, like upside out, upside down. Inside out? Are we and it's that feeling like we can't make a decision? Like, normally Two of Swords is stalemate. Well, or is that we're now no longer... No, it still feels all tied up. It just feels all muddled. Alright. Yeah. Yes, there is. And there, remember I was saying, I'm very happy I got out of Arizona because there was something about it that was and this is the other part. Okay, so, and this is the funny, I am terrified of octopus, right? There's something about octopus, but then I'm like, no, I am literally a human equivalent of an octopus. Like, I will climb out of my tank, open somebody's peanut butter jar, like, fuck with people, because I am like an octopus. So, like, Arizona was... Yeah. So, did you hear the part the other day when I said I found out through gematria that Scottsdale equates to Luciferian city? Did I tell you about that? Like, because I'm a pattern recognition girl, and I even found, I was gifted my report cards from 6th grade, and that was one of the things, it's like pattern recognition. So that part, like, it's all interconnected. Nothing is a coincidence. Please, guys, know all that. Nothing is a coincidence. And I had that happen with my daughter today, too, where we were talking about something. Because it was 17 years ago today, we tried to induce her the first time, and she said one of these, because she's a true Aries. Which is a horribly traumatic experience, but... We tried to evict her 17 years ago, and she said something like this. It was like 9 o'clock at night. They were wheeling me outside, like out a side door. It felt very, like I was doing some naughty things. Yet today is the 3-year birthday for my brother Kat. So, yeah. Well, so they're all here. So even like the pyramids, those are ships, baby. And all of those military sites are built off of alien technology. Those are all alien technology landing sites. And ley lines, that's the beauty. Okay, so where I was going with that, Arnold. So I feel like Arizona was like an energy grid to keep me contained. And I was never supposed to be in Atlanta. I know one thing for sure. My mama brought me through Atlanta at 16. And she was not supposed to, apparently, like, I'm also, like, she got a reading or some shit when I was young that said, like, hey, never, and she was very volatile about me moving to Atlanta, and this is, like, another energy grid, but I'm also at the point where I've started frying out, like, the energetics on the ley lines here where I'm at. And I'm like, where to next, guys? Like, I've gotten bigger than what this is. So, where are we going to next? Because, yeah. I don't know if any of that makes sense. But, like I said, I'm very much... Okay, Dana. Hello, neighbor. Message me. And if you want to read, let me know. Or if you want to get weird, let me know. Like, we can do some Reiki, right? Either in person or distance. Hello. I am currently southwest of ATO, so, but I'm set to be moving. Not sure where, have no place to go, no funds to get there, yet here we are. Living on a hope and a prayer. And this is the other challenge, is I was always the one that had the plan or knew the details, and I'm just, because of life, I've had to go completely on, I have no information, no details, and I'm just out here winging it and riding the waves. So terrifying. Except for, and Arnold, yesterday when you messaged me and you left me that voice note, I was over there, I was like, I feel like I am walking the tightrope but I'm walking in a tightrope like a drunk rodeo clown, but I'm perfectly safe and there's a safety net underneath me. And I was like, how the fuck does the safety net make sense? I have no safety net. But then I'm like, I guess I just have to trust in the divine because it's always somehow worked out. Somehow always worked out. Even when I don't get it. And that's the other, guys, when we worry about something, if you remember back to places where you're like, oh gosh, I'm so worried about this thing, it always works out better than you ever thought it would. Keep that in mind. When you let go of the how, what, where, when, why, it's always going to work out better than you think it will. So, and sometimes misses are a blessing, right? Sometimes it's that whole God heard conversations, and I use God very loosely, right? Don't come for me. You'll never be put in situations that you don't have the tools to handle. Right? Hello, Nicole. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Come on in. And Arnold, I'm used to entities being around the property and around the house. Like, I'm kind of used to that. And I actually, when you said it was going away, I had given it a very stern, get the fuck out of here right now. Nicole, if you feel they are, they are. But you have to come to the realization yourself, right? Because people can tell you and you can even catch him in the act, but then you'll be like, oh, maybe it's not true, or maybe he loves me. No, baby, cheaters, that's insidious. Get out. If you think he's cheating, I would definitely follow the intuition and get out. Yeah. Arnold, because like I say earlier, I told that thing to get all the way the fuck out. I was like, hey. And Nicole, your intuition will scream long before you ever find proof, right? But once you find it, I pray like hell, get yourself to safety, because, oh my gosh, and that was the other thing. When I was watching TikTok Reels, I got slightly sucked in, but it was like the cheating husbands. But like the one girl, I'm like, this girl's in danger. She doesn't realize. So please, when you're getting out, please be so fucking safe. And please also know that your family more than likely will enable his shitty behavior because they benefit off of you being in the dark. And I know that feels, yeah. We also have to address emotional cheating, though, because that starts getting to be like, why are you turning to anyone other than your spouse? I know that was kind of a harsh, because emotional cheating is how it starts. And the other part of, like, you know, because the other woman's always going to make him feel like, oh, she's so awful, or this, that, or the other thing. It's a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. I know, Nicole. And thank you, Arnold, for helping. I tend to take, like, the, you know, I have, like, well, and I talked about that yesterday. I'm like, I don't do business with cheaters. I'm not friends with cheaters, because if they will do that to their spouse, they will do that to their acquaintances, to anybody they do business with, and their friends. So, Nicole, please don't be asking names. A, because Arnold did you a solid on that. But B, it's, what are you going to do with that information? I don't, you know what? Arnold, you do what you want to do. Nicole, I guess you do what you want to do. But does it matter what her name is? And sometimes, okay, I'm going to say this too, because I've seen the worst of the worst. Sometimes you find out it's like your brother, your sister, or someone you don't. Okay. Hey, Paige, how are you, baby? I'm gonna go back into doing some sound stuff real quick. I'm feeling away, so. This is for sacral. Good. And thank you, Paige, for sending help yesterday. So this is for the sacral or the womb space. That is our sacred energy exchange or sexual energy exchange, right? So healing, whether you're male or female, we have womb space. We have that cosmic womb space, our creation, because we are co-creating with the divine all of the time. So let's clear out any trauma, stagnation, attachments, ickiness, dust, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do one more. I was debating and I'm like, let's do it. Maybe that's my sign not to. Yeah. That's why I love doing sound healing for doing the deep work healing, right? Guys, how you feeling? Okay, Lara. All right. Okay. Let's see. Fred Flintstone. All right. Hello, guys. Let me know how you're doing. Trying to clear out some energy. The energy today has just been kind of gnarly. Anybody else feeling that? Pardon me. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arnold. I used to have a coworker, and when I would be grumpy, yay, Arnold, that means I got you into that nice little relaxation, meditation. And maybe I'll just have to send you some actual, if you want sound bowl stuff, or if you want sound stuff, you let me know, because I've got, rattles, I've got, good, because, we are in Aries season, right? So this is taking charge of our life. And it's also realizing, Paige, you can do anything you want to do, right? We can all do anything we want to do. So why are we afraid to? I know I'm going to say it. I say it we're going to say it again. But if no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to stop you too. Right? If no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to stop you either. So what is holding you back from doing that thing other than you? Hello. Hey, Joyce, how are you? It's a weird energy day. I'm feeling spicy as hell. I will say this for the cardinal signs, please give us a wide berth. So Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Libra, give us a wide berth, because Aries is taking us through it. But especially for Libra, I'm full villain era. Everyone wants to say how bad Libra is. I'm like, I wasn't even on my game. But since everyone wants to say I'm bad, I'm about to dial that notch up real freaking far. So if you guys see me in my villain era, like, please mind your own business or help me throw that bottle. If you know, you know. Right? If you're ready to start the party, start the fire, let's go. And then that also makes me want to say we didn't start the fire. It was always burning. Billy Joel. Okay. The devil in reverse. This feels like we're making headway, guys. We've been too nice too long, so it's time to finally say no. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No. Devil. Okay. It's time to put people, places, things in their place. If it's not for you. Okay. Well, so Paige, take it slow. Right? If you're not on a time limit, take it slow. I know, Arnold. That's why, today's been so freaking weird. And yesterday was not a very comfortable day. And the irony... Well, and the devil's a liar. Let's say that, because today I'm like, my intuitions felt off. Right? And I'm like, what if... And this happens. Except for, guys, if you are dead certain, like, you never have a question that you're doing the right thing, you might want to take the temperature. So I do know that, like, this happens to me sometimes where my intuition will be like, what if I looked at this wrong? What if I'm completely off base? What if? But then I remember how every time that happens for me, the universe, like, I'll question it, and then I'll be like, well, okay, let me take a cool down minute. And then the universe will show me, like, no, you were right on, and here's proof for you. It's just that if you're like, you're like, yeah, I know the truth, you might, because here's this part. The more we know, the less we actually know, right? The more we learn, the less we know. It's all about life. Okay, so Seven of Swords. And with the Devil in reverse and Seven of Swords, there was a lot of betrayal, right? There was a lot of heartache. There was a lot of deception, mind games. So it's recognizing, okay, what's true, what's not? How do we cut through the bullshit? So if it feels like confusion, if it feels like heartbreak, then start saying, you know what, until I can actually see clearly what it is, I'm going to pause for a minute. Thank you, Mary. Or thank you, Balawa. I know I said it wrong. Balawa. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, in Paige, it's go slow and steady, babe. It's not a race. And remember, you are in competition with no one other than yourself. And are you being a better version today than you were yesterday? And remembering that rest is sacred, right? So even if you're going slow, you can go slow. Balewa. All right. Hello. I'm Lara Joe. Balewa. Where are you from, little love? And the challenge, I speak really fast. Sometimes people where I live now, they're like, slow down. I'm like, I'm just speaking in cursive. Hello. We're doing collective energy reads. So, okay. All right. Fair. How is the weather in Philly? Are you staying safe? All right. 2 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles. Is that 5? Or is that 8? 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Nice. All right. It's sunny and 70 something here, I think, today. So it's beautiful. Obviously, because I'm normally freezing cold because I lost about 100 pounds. So I'm like, yeah, the weather's good. I'm showing skin. We're good today, right? I am naturally from the desert, so I love any day. Like, I really love wearing less layers than more. So I enjoy when it's a little warmer, just not 115. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. We're finding that balance, also realizing if we've done all the work we can do here, it's time to move on to the next thing. 8 of Pentacles is always that, like, okay, you've done the work, so go play for a little bit. And that message has been coming up a lot the last few days, but especially today, it's like, go do something you enjoy. If the energy feels crappy, okay, go take a walk outside. Go sit in the sun for a little bit. I had to do that because I've been in a funk mood. So I was like, I took the dog for a walk, and up at the end of the driveway, because that's where the sun is in the afternoon, we just chilled, and I listened to a few songs, took some pictures with my dog. So going, if with 8 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles, it's like, it's all balancing out, but it's recognizing, okay, if we've done all we can here, let's go do something else. Let's go take a walk. Let's go see a movie. If you don't have the finances, it's what free activities can we do? If you're looking down at the ground and you're walking outside, look for a pine cone. That's one of my favorite spiritual exercises. If you're outside, you're walking around and you're looking down because you're feeling away, look for a pine cone, the perfect pine cone, because the pine cone is like your pineal gland, your third eye, your intuition, right? So as you're looking for the perfect pine cone, you are also getting decalcification on your pineal gland. If you have kids in a family or you have a partner, you can create a competition. Who can find the most beautiful pine cone? Who can find the perfect pine cone or their favorite one? So growing education, spirituality does not have to cost arms and legs, right? You don't have to go far. You just have to go outside. You just have to look around to learn about spirituality, right? So don't think that it's cost prohibitive or that it's not for you. It's all around you. And I love when people say, oh, believe the mundane over the magic. And I'm like, I like to find the magic in the mundane, right? Sometimes that is the magic, is recognizing like that thing that always happens, that's magic, right? So, I don't know. Right? Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Alright. I think I'm gonna hop out, guys. I'm just, like, the energy's weird today. I'm done. We're done here. Alright, guys. I'm Lara Jo. I will catch you later. Have a good day. Message me if you want a book, if you want a tip, because you like your favorite tarot reader. Siren Song Lover is my cash app. And I will catch you guys later. Bye. I'll message you soon. Arnold, you know. I'll message you soon. Bye.